For those of you who know me, you know that I do not like talking in front of people, so I'm going to try to keep this meaningful but short. For those who don't know me, my name's Mariah. I have the honor to be Noelle's maid of honor, and more importantly, the honor to be her sister. Growing up with Noelle was an adventure, and I mean this in the best possible way. My whole life, I've always heard people say you'd never find two people who are more opposite than Noelle and I. And they're not wrong. On a majority of things, Noelle and I have conflicting views, interests, tastes, and decisions. We very rarely agree and very often fight. But she's always been my biggest supporter, my most trusted confidant, and I've never told her this, a major role model. As often as we've argued and fought, I've always been protective of my sister. I never really cared for any of her past relationships. I was away at college when she met Tom. My parents had come up to visit me one weekend, and we went out for breakfast when my dad mentioned that Noelle was seeing a new guy. And I remember being very unimpressed. I remember thinking to myself, what loser is she dating now? But then I saw the look on my dad's face. He was excited about this guy, something he had never been for any of her past relationships. And I remember thinking to myself, maybe this guy is different. This may be it. And nothing makes me happier than being right. This guy was different. This was it. Tom, you are the perfect addition to our family. You take on our insanity like you were meant to do it, and you match it to boot. Thank you for loving my sister. Thank you for being the man she deserves, and more importantly, the man she needs. Thank you. As someone who has lived with Noelle her whole life, sharing space, belongings, and whatever she decides to just take, I'll be honest, living with her won't be easy. But after only a few months of dating, you helped her clean out her car, and you didn't hightail it. So that's when I knew you were the one. So I know you're up to the challenge. Are you prepared to be the most important man in her life after God? I know you are. Now, before I finish the speech, this would not be me without a little threat. I've given Noelle a lot of grievances about how I can't wait for her to move out, but this is my sister. She may be your wife, but she was my sister first. And while all I said is true, I am going to miss her. And I know you will, but you better take good care of her. I know I don't look it, but I am the scariest one in this family. And this is my sister. You don't mess with my sister. She tells me everything. Jokes and threats aside, here's to the newlyweds, Tom and Noelle.
All right, guys. That was your...
All right, good evening, everybody. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Cole, I'm Thomas's little brother. And it's a huge honor to stand here as his best man. I've been looking forward to this moment for a long time. One thing I always think about at weddings is how special it is that everyone in this room gathered here is together. And this will be the only time that this group will be in this room ever again. It's a moment that will never happen again. So I'm asking you guys to make sure you live in the moment, take time and enjoy each and every person that's here, because we're all here for you and to support you. Now, as a younger brother, I've got a few stories about growing up with Thomas that I think everybody's going to enjoy.
Here we go.
When you look back at old memories, it's easy to focus on the good times, and we sure had our share. Whether it was weekends spent on the boat with Mom and Dad at the island, or tearing up the trails on the four-wheelers and dirt bikes, or sitting around at a fire on warm summer nights while Dad was grilling some hamburgers. Those are the good days. But as with any good story, I've got a couple of things that I have to apologize for too. First off, Thomas, I'm really sorry about the time that I pushed you down Monterey and Pop stairs while you were sitting in a laundry basket playing Pokemon on your Game Boy. I honestly don't know what I was thinking, but in my defense, if you didn't want me to push you, maybe you shouldn't have been sitting on top of the stairs in that basket in the first place.
Fair enough.
That tumble left a pretty big hole in Monterey and Pop's wall. And I think Dad had to fix that up. Then there's the infamous skimboard incident on the island. We used to race and run from the beach and jump on the boogie boards and skin boards, pretending to surf. But one day, Thomas went out before me, and just as I was following him up, he wiped out. And as he was getting up, my skimboard came out from underneath my feet and hit him right in the back of the head. It left a pretty bad cut. Yeah, 3 stitches. We had to leave the island early that day on the boat, and I genuinely thought that I had killed my big brother. You know, after thinking about it, I think I might have been the harder brother to grow up with. I heard you laughing, Dad. But in all seriousness, I've always looked up to you, Thomas. You set the example and I always followed. When you started playing baseball, I wanted to play baseball. If you ate 6 pieces of Nanny's fried chicken, I wanted to eat 6 pieces of Nanny's fried chicken. When you shot your first deer in Momire, I wanted to shoot my first deer in Momire. When you started playing football, I wanted to do the same thing. I think that's what little brothers do. I'm beyond happy for you and Noelle today. The love and commitment that you two share is truly something special. Lydia and I have only been married for 4 years now, and while we're still learning, we do have a few bits of advice for you. Number 1, never speak negatively about your marriage or your spouse to anyone other than each other. You two are a team, and all the hard stuff should stay between the two of you. Number 2, keep it fun. Life is going to be hard, but if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. All right, number 3, the most important part. If you find yourself getting into a big argument, just remember, if one of you starts taking all your clothes off, the fight will be over. Trust me, it works every time.
What? I love you.
All right. I love you both. Congratulations. Let's raise a toast to you guys. Congratulations to the new Abernathy's. Cheers.